swine here gonna teach you manners.
Damn, dude.
Never mess with a Cohh. Everything's blurry. Got hit in the head.
Whoops.
I'm gonna end you!
This feels like old times.
Turret. What's on the other side?
Time's coming up. Another day, another kill. Get some blood pumping, huh? Today's not gonna be your
Hey,
day,
Paige!
pal.
Thank you very much for the raid. Subs! Love this channel with hearts. Please, Raiders, maintain a gut from these swine. Thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate you, Raiders. Welcome to you. Currently working through the freelancer faction here. I've actually already done this, but we're catching up on a new save. Pretty much after this one, we're on to all new stuff. This quest, that is.
Good show.
Action-wise.
Friend? Ah.
Thank you, Manda, with the 5 bomb, dude. Thank you very much. Why new save? I did a whole new save for a few reasons. I made a New Game Plus video. You can check that one out for more details, but a few reasons. But the main reason is I rushed New Game Plus in my last save, and I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. I wanted to do it this way. Rushing New Game Plus was not the right option for me, personally. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, this is a base game reroll, not New Game Plus.
Grizzly, but part of the job.
I am so fat with loot right now.
This is my favorite part.
Slowly but surely thinning him out.
Never wise to be in my way.
I swear every time I knock one of these people down... yeah, Susie, that'd be great. Thank you. Every time I knock one of these people down, they, like, try to crawl away. They point their butt right at me, and then I have to kill them by shooting them in the butt. And that ain't right. That ain't right.
Time to tango.
Come on, man.
Son of
I mean, what am I supposed to do? They forced me to do it. Fine. Are you real life? Oh, wow. We're chocked full of loot.
And down. Today's not gonna be your day, pal.
All right, we actually got most of it. Hell yeah. Grab you.
Really get your blood pumping, huh?
Get them cooking, literally. Says there's one more over here somewhere. Oh god, are they stuck behind these boxes? No, I think, did they run?
You come here seeking justice? Well, what about justice for my soldiers? Minutes away, minutes from winning the battle and the war. When
Okay.
the ceasefire order came down, now there's a debt of honor. And the people who betrayed us, the people of the Free Star Collective, are going to pay.
You know, a little bit of real talk here. A little bit of real talk. It's always bothered me that the lore behind this guy is that these guys fought really hard. They were about to take a town. And then the ceasefire order came in. And the lore is so many people had died already that he went crazy and just took it anyway because of the sacrifice all the soldiers made. Right? But here's the thing. I mean, they were fighting in a war. They were the defenders. Like, what general commander, after losing so many people, would be mad at their superiors for calling a ceasefire? Like, the whole premise of how he hates the Free Star Collective for not wanting to get more people killed, like, that doesn't, that honestly, that's a, he had Bloodlust by then? Yeah, but why are we 20 years later? Here's the thing. I can understand in the moment, but not 20 years later. And the reason I'm saying this is because I think it would have been so much more interesting if instead of him just, you know, oh, well, we already almost took the city, so I disobeyed a direct order and everything I, you know, stand for at the time because I already had so many other people. It would have been so much more interesting if they made it so, like, they sacrificed his men for something. Like, I think it would have been so much more interesting if for some reason, instead of like make him really be slighted. The whole reason for this is like his reasoning for what he's doing is
Got
so
some stuff on my
flimsy.
mind when you have the time.
I think it would have been more interesting, for instance, if like if maybe the Council of Governors or whatever had leaked the information to the enemy as part of the ceasefire of where his mech contingent was so they could bomb him. Like, you know, like if they had somehow like given his people up and sacrificed them so the war could end. Like, I think I feel like there could have been so many cooler things they have done with this game. This is like including the main story, the third or fourth time where I'm like, yeah, this reasoning is just not very interesting and it could have been so much better. Like, I feel, yeah, like, yeah, exactly. What if they sacrificed his men just so they could justify calling the ceasefire or something? You know, like what if they sent in the first they had information that the area in front of this city had been mined to hell. Like there were mines everywhere and they knew that, but they sent the first in so they could justify the ceasefire by you know, like for some political dumb reason, and they sacrificed his entire contingent. And they all died and he was super pissed and I can't believe they did this to my people, you know? Like I just feel like there's so many cooler. He's got this awesome vindication right now. His reasoning just sucks for it. and it's yeah, it's just weird. War never changes. That's right. Yeah. I guess the weird part is this guy hates them because they made peace.
Can you get a moment? Can we talk?
And that doesn't seem like, if a battlefield commander really lost most of his contingent, the last thing he'd want to do is see the last of them get killed. And the last thing he'd want to do is, the real sacrifice is going against the peace that they created. He did so well, so the enemy wanted to call a ceasefire. It's like, isn't that a huge victory? You lost all your men, but stopped the war? Like, isn't that like, wasn't that your job? Like, isn't that your freaking job? It's why you're on the battlefield, to stop the war, to win the war, to ceasefire. Like, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I know this is pointless. It's just a little thing. It's a tiny thing. Hi.
So how much of a thrill has it been traveling with the one and only last descendant of the great Solomon Cohh?
Yeah, and I guess the thinking there is he's a warmonger. He wants war. He doesn't want peace. So, but even then, I feel like there are cooler ways they could have done it. But still, I see where they're coming from. Don't get me wrong. I see where they're coming from. I just think it could have been a lot better and more interesting. Such an honor. You should see my diary.
Yeah, but no autographs, okay?
This is a great place for this conversation.
I gotta say, it's a relief being with you. So many people hear Cohh and they expect me to pull some miracle out of a hat.
I get that all the time.
Time has a way of just building on itself. Solomon was a good man. Great one, even. But if he ever heard all the bullshit being talked about him these days, he'd flat out deck him.
Well, then I want my miracles.
It appears I left him in my other jacket. Sorry. But really, for some people, it ain't a joke. They have serious expectations.
He's
there
literally
was a time, well,
pointing a gun at my chest right
really
now.
Weighed on me. I felt like every little thing I did or didn't do was a reflection on our great legacy. It's enough to drive you crazy. Now I just hope I can help Cora to... I don't know.
Chill out, Sam. Chill out. Cora's great. You're doing a good job.
Your kind words are appreciated. For my father, Cora, and me, everything starts and ends with Solomon Cohh. He looked out at the stars and he...
It's a tactical squat.
A way to get there. Imagine
call that
the
a
first
tac
person
squat.
to jump into a new system. Set foot on a new world.
Yeah.
Well, I get it. That's powerful stuff. And now... I'm just getting sappy. You're a bad influence, you know that?
The worst. Hidden depths to you.
Oh, Now you're gonna make me blush.
Duh.
Well, I hope the comic book they make about our adventures is better than that rag on Solomon. The stuff they publish is just downright embarrassing.
It is. There were people that were so angry that you could flirt with this character. They were like, God, why can you flirt with Solomon Cohh? Like, even one guy, it's hilarious. One guy on Twitter, he literally goes, I really don't understand why you can flirt with Solomon Cohh. I mean, he's obviously a straight guy. Like, why can you flirt with a straight guy? And Adam Jensen, Elias Tefexis, replies to this dude. And he's like, bro, I played him as bi. Sit down. He was just like, shut up. I literally played the character as bi. So just shut up. Kind of funny. How dare you? How dare you? Let's put that there and that there. We need another Deus Ex? Yes. Oh my God, yes. We need the trilogy to be completed. The whole thing, the whole point of the original reboot was that they were going to make a trilogy, and that the trilogy was going to like lead into the events of the original Deus Ex.
Before you crumble.
It's going to be amazing, and then they cut it off after Mankind Divided. I'm still angry, dude. I will never forgive Square Enix for that. I will never forgive Square Enix for that. That was like that whole situation. I kid you not. One of the most ridiculous, overtly shitty things I have seen any game dev company do ever. And yes, I am so salty about it. To this day, it is one of the worst, just corpo, horrible thing that's ever been done in gaming. I still can't believe they really did, Green Man. They really did. They acted like children. They acted like petulant children. Ugh, it's terrible. Terrible. Mm-hmm. It's so ironic considering the messages and themes of Deus Ex. I know, right? It's like the whole game is like about a dystopian corpo future where like oh, I know. It's just yeah. The whole thing is just, it's so amazingly apt. Of all the game franchises for that to happen to. Empress Tiramisu says, what happened? I could literally rant about this for an hour, but I'll give you the TLDR. Square Enix made the Deus Ex Human Revolution Mankind Divided, and what they did was they did two things. First of all, they jammed a cash shop into Deus Ex that had no reason to be there. And that already rubbed the Deus Ex community the wrong way. Like, what the hell are you doing? This is weird. A lot of people just didn't buy the game because of that. There was actual like mini boycotts, or just, I'm not going to buy this game because why would you ever do that in a game like this? It's just ridiculous. But the worst thing they did was they did this thing called augment your pre-order, where basically people could pre-order things and unlock things. And it was this horrible PR move. It was really poorly done. And the thing that makes this the worst shit ever was that they did this horrible PR initiative called Augment Your Pre-Order. It literally was so bad that the community organized a boycott of the game. They said, we're not going to buy your game. We're certainly not going to pre-order it, but we're not going to give you money for this. We're going to show you that this isn't the right thing to do, and we're not going to give you money for this. Sales for the game were okay. They weren't even terrible. They were okay. But because they were so far under what Square Enix wanted to do, because they were so like, F you didn't buy our pre-order stuff, they canceled the entire goddamn franchise. They axed the Deus Ex series because people didn't buy into this stupid pre-order, like slimy BS they were peddling. And the reason we didn't get another Deus Ex was because Square Enix basically said, screw you. You don't want to give us money? Well, we won't make the game then. And then they like hoarded the IP, and it was like so just slimy and vindictive and horrible, dude. It was horrible. It was like And to this day, I'm still just pissed. Like it's just such a slimy thing for a company to do. It's so scummy. It's so scummy. And we could talk for an hour about like what led up to it and how they responded to it and just all the terrible things associated with it. But that's it. I'm done. That's it. That's what happened. There you go. That's the TLDR. And funny enough, ever since then, we've just seen Square make like poor decision after poor decision, unrequited expectations. I mean, seriously, they've got like the Final Fantasy remakes and Final Fantasy 14, and they got the Final Fantasy franchise basically, and it's just been, you know, it's not been great for them. It's not been great for them. But
how on earth do you do that?
yeah, their NFT thing has just been, oh, like what are you doing, man? Don't know what's going on these days. Ever since they decided to go like full corpo, the company has been a bit of a thing. Bit of a thing. At one point, I think they just gave up. Anyway, that's all. I'm done. All done. Job's done. Oh God, I just put like an entire pack of explosive buckshot into that dude's spine. I'm sorry, you did not deserve that. There's still something left, yeah. Hell yeah, give me them levels. Give me them levels. The sweet. Give me them levels.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry again. Okay, we're good. You know, I gotta say, I really like how chill your team members are about getting shot in this game. They're like, you know, oh God, you just shot me in the face with explosive buckshot. It's cool. It's fine. Whatever. We're good. I know it was a mistake, baby. We're fine. I'm okay with that. Oh God.
Waste not, use not.
Pop. We might have some more books to give to that book lady. Who has Deus Ex now? Deus Ex is owned by Embracer Group, but unfortunately, I mean, we were really optimistic about Embracer for a while, especially after the big purchases, but pretty much all the news about Embracer recently has not been great. They made some, oh man, that's the first goal we've seen in a while. It's for a melee weapon. They made some very poor business decisions. They've had to sell off companies and cancel projects, and I don't know, man. I used to be pretty excited or pretty optimistic about the Deus Ex IP, but that's kind of faded a bit. Yeah. Still really, really hope we get another Deus Ex game. But we'll see. The IP may have to move to another company again. I wouldn't be surprised if they... Oh, nice. I wouldn't be surprised if they have to sell again from what we're seeing. We'll see. I think I'm going to buy the Deus Ex franchise. Unrelated. Yeah, I think I'm just going to buy it myself. Mm-hmm. I think they take about Tree Fitty for it. I think Tree Fit is a good deal. Ain't nothing wrong with Tree Fitty. Oh, I'm, you know, make something good. Yeah. Let's get Elias to be pro bono on the voice acting, and then we can do it. Yeah.
I can't believe it. You just took on some of the best mercenaries in the Freestar Collective and cut right through them. If we'd have had more like you in the war, we could have planted our flag in New Atlantis.
I didn't want to hurt anyone, but I had to defend myself. The war ended a long time ago, dude.
Not the way it should have. Of course, I can't expect you to understand what we sacrificed, what we lost. You don't know what it's like to look around and see the faces of warriors who trusted you to lead them as they die screaming. I watched brave men and women torn limb from limb by monsters. I saw mech pilots cooked alive in their cockpits as their machines burned. Those deaths didn't have to be meaningless, but spineless leaders gave up on us, even when victory was within our grasp.
I've heard stories about the Battle of Nera. Can't imagine what it was like to see the horrors you've seen.
You pity me? Is that it? You haven't earned the right to pity me.
Sam's way back there, cozy shaming it up. Yep. You think hurting innocent people will avenge your fallen soldiers?
Innocent? Nobody is innocent while they allow corrupt leaders to take control. The Freestar Collective has lost its way. The dream that we fought for
Voice actor's great.
died a long time ago.
A little sniffly, but outside of that, amazing. Yeah. Who hired the first to see the farmland and why?
You really want to know? Because you might not like the answer. Last chance, Deputy.
Sniffer.
You can walk away right
Little
now
sniffer.
and remain blissfully ignorant, thinking you fight for a noble cause. But if you still want the truth, I'll shatter that illusion.
Yeah, I think
for you
he's supposed to be dying,
right
which is
now.
why he's like doing that, but I can handle whatever you have to say.
We'll see about that. Not long after I started the first, I was contacted by a man who said he represented someone wealthy and influential. I refused to work for a shadow client, so he agreed to set up a meeting. Imagine my surprise when Ron Hope showed up. He offered me a lucrative contract to take possession of certain farms throughout Freestar space.
Ron Hope. But he's on the Council of Governors. There's no chance he'd be capable of such a thing.
This is the second part about this quest that makes little to no sense. Why would somebody on the Council of Governors meet with this guy face to face, knowing he was court-martialed and put in jail for disobeying an order against the Freestar Collective? Why would he meet him face to face and then hire him, of all the mercenaries in the world? Him! Like, he's literally the worst person. Arrogance? Maybe. Oh.
Cause it's a game.
Okay. You saw a chance to get revenge on the Freestar Collective.
The credits were good, but yeah, getting some payback was the real reward.
Again, just in terms of writing, I feel like it would have been so much more interesting if Paxton Hull, as a mercenary, had somebody find out that Hope was looking for people to work for him, and then tricked and weaseled his way in to working for Ron Hope without Ron Hope knowing he was hiring him. Like, that would have been so much more like, you know, I got you. Like, he was working his way up to get to him, you know? I'm bringing you in.
Don't bother.
He should face justice, but I'm not sure he's gonna come quietly.
I'm gonna make this easy for you.
Yeah, to expose his corruption.
I'm gonna die the way I lived. Weapon in hand, no compromise, no fear. But first, here, take this. Use it.
Everyone's got an opinion? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Rotting at the heart of the Freestar Collective. When now my unit's waiting for me.
Prank him? I wish we could. I don't think it works.
One last time.
I will say that the voice acting, like,
Deputy.
oh god. Boom. The voice acting is still just phenomenal.
You can stand to drop a few pounds. I don't mean to diet.
Ignore that real quick. There's this weird theme sometimes where a lot of the ideas behind Bethesda quests are cool. A lot of them, like, on a surface level, they're interesting and they're fun, and you know. But then it's like you just need to make sure you don't think about it too hard. you can't think about it too hard. Lack of attention to detail. Yeah, like another thing. One of those things that it's just like those things that you think about for a second and you're like, wait a second, like the UC questline. You're carrying around a sample of xenomorph DNA. And they say so many times about how advanced the world is, and they're gonna make a microbe to kill everything. Okay, so obviously at some point you would have thought that somebody went, hey, wait a second. Did you know that the DNA of the heat leech is the same as the xenomorph DNA? Is that? Nope. Bill, did you check? Did you see this? Bill? No, you didn't. Like you'd think just at some point when they're, you know, it's just like, really? Nobody, like, we didn't, in all the research you didn't, like, you know, cross-reference or no, nothing? It's just little stuff. I feel like a lot of times, if someone were to say that out loud in the writing room, they would have been like, oh, shoot, you're right. Let's change that around. And same stuff for like the stuff with Paxton Hull. It's like, oh yeah, why would it make any sense that Ron would not recognize who he is and of course refuse to work with him? You know, like, of course, yeah, we can't do this. No, let's not do that. Let's make this a little more believable, a little more interesting.
We do what we must, right?
And there's just a lot of little stuff like that. It's still, yeah, here's the thing. Mav Mike says it's still a cool reveal. I agree. I will say, a lot of the times, like, the overall part of the quests are still entertaining and cool. It was still a cool reveal. Absolutely. I just feel like many things in the game, with many things Bethesda, I feel like they didn't quite, they got it like the third base, they just didn't get it home. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty cool. Like, yeah, and I loved the UC questline overall. Thought it was great. But I just, again, there's just little things that I feel like, you know, here we go. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about it. I feel like
some ghosts.
A lot of the lore and writing is very similar to the game as a whole, where it's like, there's some good stuff in there. There's just a lot, you know, a lot of times there's some not so good stuff in there. and that's the same as the game, right? There's a lot of good stuff in here, but there's also a lot of not so good stuff in here. It kind of fits the theme of the whole package. Where it's kind of like, maybe we need to, like, you know, get some more people reading over this stuff and you know, just have them comb through it for like little details and making sure things match.
Captain,
we need those Star Wars lore gurus, you know, that go through all the fan fiction. I heard they're amazing. We need like Bethesda versions of those. I agree. Yeah, Leo Sky says just a few dialogue things would have made that believable. That's the thing. Not like I'd say arguably like 70+% of my issues with the writing could be fixed with like little one-liners here or there, little changes, little adjustments to kind of like make it to lock down believability. Absolutely. Just little things here and there. Like for instance, what if after they looked at the Terramorph DNA, they made just some offhand comment. Man, I have no idea why the process of this changes the DNA on a fundamental level. I can't believe it doesn't look anything like a heat leech. You know, just throw it out there, you know? Same thing with the Paxton thing. Like, don't have him meet Ron Hope. Have him be like, yeah, we found, you know, that Ron Hope was looking for a Merc group and instantly knew this was our chance.
Dad, what does
You know, there's like all sorts of interesting things they can do. But yeah, you know, it's not a big deal at the end of the day, but it's all good. Let's finish this quest tomorrow because I gotta go. Thank you all for hanging with me. I do appreciate it. I gotta go for now. Tomorrow is gonna be Starfield. And I've got a meeting for lunch, but it should just take place over lunch. And then I think more Starfield. And then I think more Starfield in the evening too. I think tomorrow's going to be a lot of Starfield. Yeah, which will be fun because what I think we're going to do is we're going to finish the Freestar quest line and then probably do some side questing for a little bit and maybe get some more powers. But I think we may start Ryujin tomorrow. Ryujin. I think we may start our next faction quest tomorrow, which I am extremely excited to do. Because like I said, the faction quests for me have been the best part of the game. So it's going to be good. All right, friends. See you later. Thanks for being here.